to secure TikTok's future in the United States has been officially closed. The joint venture acquiring TikTok's US operations has been formally established, and it has also announced its leadership team. This marks the conclusion of a years-long effort to address national security concerns. The joint venture will be led by CEO Adam Presser, who previously worked on securing US user data for TikTok, and Chief Security Officer Will Ferrell, who managed privacy and security efforts. The board overseeing the venture includes Shu Chu, TikTok's US CEO Kenneth Glueck from Oracle, and representatives from Susquehanna International Group, Silver Lake, and Emirati-backed investment firm MGX. The deal transfers control of TikTok's US user data and operations to the joint venture, with Oracle overseeing data storage and content moderation. ByteDance will still retain a majority stake in the new venture while continuing to manage global aspects like e-commerce, advertising, and marketing. The new entity will retain TikTok's algorithm using US user data. Although the experience for US users is unlikely to change, the algorithm could shift under the new leadership. The deal also addresses US-China tension, with China yet to officially comment on it. All right, joining me now in this discussion is Andrew K.P. Leong. He's a China strategist and joins us from Hong Kong. Mr. Leong, thanks very much for joining us in this discussion. No comment has come in from China, but is one to believe that the deal seems like a win-win for both ByteDance and the US?
Well, it's a testimony to the skill and strategy of the TikTok top management in securing this deal, which preserves the United States concern about data security and also the desire to share the spoils, as it were, of this very popular TikTok platform, because it commands a very high growing following amongst President Trump's supporters, especially the young people. And so there is a tsunami of pushback initially against the TikTok, wanting it to be almost nationalized by the United States, and then Trump is threatening all sorts of things. And for TikTok to be able to secure this deal, ensuring that the TikTok parent company, even though it's a minority, but it still retains the highest shares amongst the new TikTok board, and also the TikTok team of top administrators still remain holding a leading position in the TikTok board and management, and also preserving its algorithms outside the United States, because it's a huge market outside the United States globally across the board. Across the group, and then preserving the dominance of the big dance global company in the world, while carving up a slice of the profits for the TikTok company. So I think it's a very strong testimony to the skill of the TikTok team to be able to negotiate all these geopolitical, national, and various psychological concerns, and to be able to secure this deal.
Right. Now, Trump has also welcomed the deal, but one must not forget that he tried very hard to ban TikTok in the US since 2020. Now, him welcoming the deal and thanking Xi Jinping, what does this really have to talk about the relation that could emerge between these two countries?
Of course, this would be held up as a good sign and olive branch by President Trump, who is a past master to taking advantage of any kind of leverage to secure his desired results. What he wants is to stabilize the relationship with China and with President Xi, while maximizing his gains across the world, not least in geopolitics, not least in even global governance. Witness the latest um, strategy of the so-called Board of Peace. Now it's being signed up by 35 countries across the globe. So I think that hoping that it will someday even replace the role of the United Nations. So I think that Trump is shown that his ability to seize the global agenda, all the commanding heights, and maximize Americans' hegemonic power to secure these gains while managing to create the kind of narrative which commands considerable following amongst a lot of countries and peoples across the globe.
All right, Mr. Leong, thanks very much then for joining me in this discussion with your perspective. Moving ahead, viewers, U.S.